According to an article I read on Harvard Business Review, only 30% of companies prepare their employees for management or leadership position. So that means over 70% of companies, and that is in the Western world, who are surveyed, don't have any formal training or system in place that will ensure that the employees who are transitioning from being just an ordinary employee to a manager have some form of training in place. And I don't mean the one-day training that companies normally sponsor their staff to. So if that's the case in the Western world, what about here in Kenya? I would say, in my experience, there are very few companies here in Kenya who have a leadership or management mentorship in place that ensures that the people they are promoting are ready for this very important position. So if you are here and you want to learn what does it take to become a top manager, what kind of skills do you need so that you can succeed in this position, then this video is for you. I have been a management consultant with over 12 years of experience. I'm the founder of Corporate Staffing Services, and what I'll share with you is my journey, my leadership journey, what I've learned. And also remember, on a day-to-day basis, I interact with employers and top professionals, assisting them whether with trainings, coaching, or even recruitment. So this is what I've learned. When it comes to leadership, when it comes to being a top manager, the number one skill you need is to understand that the technical skills you have will only take you so far. So if you're an accountant and you're looking to become this chief accountant or finance manager, then you need to know you not only be judged by the quality of your work, but also by the quality of your team, the finance department, so to speak. So with that in mind, you need more than the technical skills that made you a great accountant, and the decision makers were able to identify potential in you, and that is why they're thinking of making you this finance manager. So go beyond the technical skills and acquire very important soft skills. And some of the soft skills you need to have are emotional intelligence. You need to learn how to delegate. You need to learn influencing skills. You need to learn how to manage the various stakeholders, whether it's the customers, whether it's the government bodies, whether it's the employees. You need to know how to manage up and down. So you will not become a top manager if you are not able to combine your technical skills and your soft skills. Those have to go hand in hand. The other bit I've learned when it comes to leadership, when it comes to you being a top manager, it's not enough for you to do a great job. Especially if you're looking to advance your career to that top level where you're a top manager or a CEO. So what does it take? If doing a great job is not enough, what does it take? Number one, you do have to be visible in the organization. So don't expect these opportunities to be handed to you on a silver platter. You do have to be visible. And that means contributing in meetings, sharing your ideas, being able to speak your mind. And if you don't feel confident, if you don't know how to structure your message, then I highly recommend a public speaking course. Because with public speaking, you'll be able to learn how to be a confident presenter, how to speak with confidence. You should also not shy away from promoting yourself. A lot of us, especially when we are new in our careers, we always think that doing a great job is all it takes for other people to notice us and promote us, so that to become that top manager or leader. Unfortunately not. So if you're working on a project that is improving the company in one way or another, let the leaders, let the decision makers know. So don't shy away from promoting yourself. I don't mean you suck up. No, people know when you're sucking up. But what it means is if you're adding value, don't be afraid to speak about it to the decision makers. The other thing I've learned, and it's a skill I would also encourage you to master, is you need to understand the role of office politics. Remember, whenever you are dealing with people, whenever you are dealing with situations where there are resources and scarce resources at that, then office politics is not something that we can ignore. So there are two ways to deal with office politics. You can get involved with office politics, or you can observe, acknowledge that office politics exist, and try to manage the situation. So I wouldn't encourage you to be among the active people whose survival is through office politics, but you need to acknowledge that office politics exist, because whether it's at the family level, society level, political level, office politics will always be there. And it's important for you to understand the dynamics of office politics. So those are the two key skills you need to understand if you're looking to transition from being an ordinary employee to a top manager. If I can summarize, is that number one, technical skills will only get you so far. So you need to master the key soft skills that I discussed. You also need to know that doing a great job is not enough. You do have to be visible. You have to promote yourself in one way or another, and never forget the role of office politics.